Have you ever wondered what everything around us is made of? Democritus did. He was a Greek philosopher who lived from 460 to 370 BCE. He wondered how small he could cut an object until he couldn't cut it anymore. When he finally cut an object to such a tiny piece, he named it atomos, which means that which cannot be broken into smaller pieces. Democritus also thought that these little particles are always moving, some faster than others. He knew there was still so much more to understand about the objects we see every day. Over 2,000 years later, in the 1700s, scientists discovered that everything around us is made of matter. Matter is the stuff that makes up the objects that we see every day, and it can appear in several different forms: solid, liquid, gas. All matter is made of atoms. Atoms are the smallest, most unbreakable, most basic building blocks of matter. At first, scientists stated that atoms that make up the same object are exactly like each other, like identical twins. However, atoms can also be combined with other types of atoms to make a new solid, liquid, or gas. For example, when you see fizzing, burning, color changing, or a new smell, that is simply atoms rearranging each other to form a new substance. In the late 1800s, it was still difficult to be certain about how atoms behave, because advanced technology was still a long way away. Nevertheless, scientists conducted tests using electricity. They discovered that an electrical charge could be shifted into different directions simply by placing certain metals nearby. This proved that atoms are attracted to some materials but resist others. This new discovery led to many new inventions and modern breakthroughs. Even though atoms could not be seen, experiments in the early 1900s helped scientists prove what the structure of an atom looks like. Many tests were conducted that involved atoms colliding with other materials and each other. Scientists noticed that atoms would bounce off each other in random directions. With these experiments, scientists realized that the changes in directions were due to the atom having a dense center. They called this center the nucleus. Think about it this way: what would happen if you threw a rock at a chain link fence? Sometimes it might go straight through. Other times, it might bounce in a random direction. In the early 1900s, scientists discovered that tiny particles constantly orbit around the nucleus of an atom, kind of like our planets orbit around the sun. These particles, also called electrons, have a lot of energy, and they move so quickly that you can't even see them if you wanted to. They move so fast that they form a cloud, similar to a helicopter's blades forming a circle when they propel. These tiny particles are responsible for atoms sticking together, sharing energy, and even creating electricity. Okay, let's take a moment to review what we've learned. As many years of human civilization have passed, we've discovered so much about atoms and what makes up the objects around us, known as matter, with atoms being the smallest, most unbreakable, most basic building blocks of matter. This includes Democritus's discovery of atoms in ancient Greece to a more recent understanding of the atom structure, including the function of the nucleus and electrons.